minutes or so and see what I can say and see if you can answer any question within 30 to 45 minutes, if you don't mind. Um, all right, so I was asked to talk about things I have learned on my design journey, and which is always a good topic to talk about because um, I've had like an 18-year design journey, 18 years. It's gonna be 19 years this year, um, and it's been incredible. It's been incredible, and I've learned quite a lot of things along the way. The thing is, a lot of things I've learned have been at the latter end, and which is why I like talking with younger designers because if you can get to learn what I learned in the latter end at the earlier part of your career, then um, you will arrive at a place of success much earlier than I did. I tell people it took me too long to get to a place where design became profitable for me. It took me too long, and I can say it confidently. I don't say it with regret because I'm using it to help people now. But it took me about 7 to 8 years to become profitable. And when I say profitable, I mean not amazingly profitable, but just make a little more on make a little on the design I was offering on my design services. And I don't wish anybody would start something and to take them 7 to 8 years before they become because it can be very discouraging. And that's why I like talking to designers so that look, you guys can become profitable in 4 years. In 4 years you can start. Some people make it earlier than that, but that is a lot of time that might be luck. You understand? If I always tell people, be willing to give it 4 years. I think 4 years is good to get at least grounded in the art. But straight to it, one of the things I've learned in my design journey, in my journey as a designer, in my career, number one thing is the importance of sharing your work. Um, Sharing your work is so important. And I say sharing, not marketing. I bet that a lot of designers don't share. They are so quick to market. And marketing is so difficult because there are a lot of people marketing, very few people sharing. And you might ask, what's the difference between marketing and sharing? And I'll just easily put it this way: when you're marketing, you're putting out a finished product and you're putting it out there for people to see how nice, how incredible, how flawless and faultless it is. And you're trying to prove to them that you can recreate this product for them. That's what marketing is. Sharing is you're putting out a process that might not even be finished, might have a lot of flaws, inconsistencies, um, that has a lot of vulnerability. You are sharing. People can see the faults. People can see your journey. You see, when you're sharing your work as a designer, you can start sharing from day one, whereby you want to be a logo designer, a web designer. You can share your first logo job, and it's not perfect. And just tell people, this is my first logo job. I just did a logo for this person. It took me 20 days to do it, and just put it out there. And you'll realize that by sharing, you will build a following, not a client base, but a following. And people don't understand the need or the strength of a following over a client base. A lot of people try to build a client base, that is, people that buy from them. But it's more important to build a following of people that respect your journey, that enjoy your process. They might not buy immediately, but they will stay with you and they will talk about you to people who can buy. So it's important that you learn to share your work. From day one, anybody can share your work, but not anybody can market. You need to be good to market. You just need to be on the process to share. So I don't see a lot of designers share their work. You understand? And personally, I have a lot of contact of designers. And when I look at their WhatsApp, I hope to see more people share their work, but people don't share their work. A lot of people, I see a lot of people, no, a lot of people marketing, but not enough people share. Um, so you see a lot of people use their WhatsApp as a place of entertainment. Their WhatsApp status. I think that's a big waste. I see a lot of designers putting up skits by comedians and stuff on their WhatsApp status, and I'm like, these people are making money. You understand? And you're helping them to make more money. Use your WhatsApp status to share your thoughts, your process, your insecurities. You understand? Put it up there because that's what endears people to you. Um, you know, when I started out, I didn't have the platform to share. I didn't have the platform because there was no Facebook, no YouTube, no Twitter, no Instagram, no TikTok, no none of those things were there. I couldn't share with a lot of people. When I started out designing, sharing was taking your laptop to somebody and showing them what you've done. And how many people can you show that to? But now we're such in we're in such a gifted we're such in such a blessed era where you can put your work online and somebody in China can see it. Take advantage of it. Share your work, share your process, share your thoughts. You understand? Very important to share. Second thing I learned on my design journey is the importance of doing your best work for everybody that contacts you to work for them. As long as you take a job on, you must be willing to do your best, no matter what they're paying you. As long as you've agreed, I'll do this job, that person must get the best out of you. That's one thing that really helped me in my career. I never gave the people the best just out of how much they were paying me. It was always because as long as I'm doing it, it has to be good. You see, so I see a lot of people that are like, how much are they paying me self that will come and kill myself? You know, this I can't come and kill myself mentality. The bad mentality. The bad mentality. Because if you are doing design as a service and somebody comes, you agree to do that job, whether it's out of what people call sapa now or out of desperation, you've agreed to do it. Give them your best. Yes, on a good day, you normally do logos at 30K, but you don't have a lot of because you don't have a lot of money at the moment, you decided to do the logo for the person at 5K. You must do that job well. You must do it well. People must not be able to look at your work and see that, this one, I'm sure they didn't pay you well. No, 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 no. And that's why I tell people when I show my portfolio, when I show people my portfolio, you cannot tell which one the client, because I can guarantee you, when I show you my portfolio, not every single one was I paid well. Not every one was I paid at all. Some of them I was never paid, some of them I was paid very little, and some of them I was paid well. But the truth is, when you look at it, you cannot tell which one I was paid well and which one I was paid little because I gave my best to every single one. And that's what I learned on my journey, that to give your 100% to everyone you work for is very important. Give your 100% to everyone you work for. That person would go out and talk about you and talk about you. And that's what has kept my business going. um, on any level at all, whether it's as a designer, as a mentor, as a speaker. I don't really push out my stuff like that. Apart from my logo design class, which when I'm about to start, I'll put it out there so that people will know that it's open. But I don't really push out my stuff. Say, oh, come and design logos with me. No, no, no. I hardly do that. Or tell people, oh, let me mentor you. No, I hardly do that. It's the people that I work for that go out and tell other people you need to come and work with this guy. You understand? Because I give my best to everything, whether it's free or not, whether it's low paying or not. So I tell people I don't know how to do a bad job. I've trained myself not to be able to do a subpar job. You must be par or above par. It can never be subpar because you never know where your work will go. So please always do your best job. So that's one thing I learned also on my design journey. I think a third thing I want to discuss with you is, and this what I'm about to say right now is something um, some of you might find confusing, but it's okay. Take some time to think about it. You might not understand what I'm saying. But what I want to tell you is when it comes to design industry, the moment you understand mm, that if you want to do design as a service, do it as a service, earn money and go. Don't expect to be treated like a celebrity because the truth is people don't really care who does the design. They care about the design that is done. So what I'm trying to say is I see a lot of designers. Eh, they say stuff like clients don't appreciate us enough. They don't appreciate us enough. They don't pay us enough. I see designers compare themselves to actual celebrities and like, ah man, one day I want to be a star just like Davido and Ashake. It's not going to happen. Design is not in that category. You understand? People don't care about designers, especially when it comes to graphic visual designers like that. They don't care. The average person doesn't care who the designer is. They just want a good design. If you are doing design as a service, they don't really care. So it's hard for you to build a name as a designer in the minds of people that are non-designers. So even when I go on Twitter and I see people that are considered big designers, you understand, with a lot of following, when you look at the following is made up of designers. And that's the issue that we have. The fact that our influence is not beyond, our influence is not deep enough to attract non-designers to be able to say, ah, there's a guy called Seriki, man, he's the one that must design my wedding logo. He's the one that might. People don't think that way. They don't think of your name as a designer. They don't know you as a designer. And that's because we are so caught up in doing design as a service. Design as a service doesn't really interest the normal person that doesn't need a design. So I'll put it this way. If I don't need a logo, there's no way I'm going to be following a logo designer, looking at their logos. I don't care. You understand? The average person, a doctor won't just be following a logo designer just to be seeing fine logos. They don't do that. They can follow a photographer to be seeing fine photos. They can follow a fashion designer to be seeing fine clothes. They can follow a makeup artist to be seeing great makeup, but they won't just follow a logo designer, or a graphic designer, a web designer. They won't follow you because people want things that they can see themselves in. So when they see a photographer take a good photo, when they look at that person in that photo where he's wearing a great agbada or great suit, what they see is themselves. They're like, ah man, I can imagine myself in this agbada. When they see a a, a makeup artist do good makeup for somebody, you can find, ah man, I can see myself with this kind of makeup. That's what ladies think. That's why they follow them. But when they see a logo for a company, they don't see themselves. It's too abstract for them. So you are not that important to them. The only way a designer can become important to designers and non-designers alike is when a designer starts to do things that matter to other people. And it cannot be logo, it cannot be flyer, it cannot be brochure. And that's where you begin to do personal projects. And this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. That's why I'm talking about it lastly. And I want you guys to pay attention. Don't be so service minded that you lose the opportunity to do personal projects. Personal projects, nobody pays you to do it. You're the one that does it yourself. And it's important to do it. That is what makes you stand out as a designer. That a doctor, a lawyer, A farmer can just say, there's a designer called this, and I'm going to follow that person. They will do that because of that personal project you are doing. A lot of us don't do personal projects enough. And that is where you can build your name by doing personal projects. But it takes a lot of our time, our energy, and it doesn't come with a bank alert. So people don't focus their energies on it. But it's one of personal projects are like time bombs. You know, you know what a time bomb is? It's just a device that is placed somewhere that doesn't do anything till the time comes. So it seems like rubbish till it goes off at the time that is set for it. Then you realize the impact. Your personal projects are time bombs. So you see, it's good to do your work and do it as a service for people when they call you. I want to do a flyer, do a flyer. I want to do a brochure, and do a website, do it. But then those things are fickle. They will come and go. You see, and this is what I'm going to tell you here. The work I'm most proud of right now is my 19th year doing design. The work I will go back and dig and go and put on my WhatsApp status. Most of them are my personal projects. Those are the ones that last in the long run. Those are the ones that last. So make time to do personal projects. They help you to build a name. You understand? And when you do personal projects, you know, do it beyond just saying I want to just do an illustration of Davido. You understand? Don't let it be so empty in its meaning, in its value. Because an illustration of Davido doesn't do anything. You understand? And I see a lot of designers use their skill as groupies. You know what a groupie is? Groupie is someone that follows a celebrity, just to identify with them. So they travel with them and just follow them. They don't get paid. They don't get paid. They don't get recognized. Just follow them just to identify. And when they can get close, they take a selfie and they put on. But the celebrity doesn't remember them, doesn't honor them. They don't pay for their accommodation. That's what a lot of designers use their skill for. They use their illustration skills as groupies. And you must live beyond that groupie lifestyle as a designer. You must live beyond that groupie lifestyle. Um, so once you do personal projects, let it be something you've thought about. Now think about, what do I want to say? What do I want to address? Um, you know, I was having this discussion yesterday, and we're talking about it's election period, and how a lot of designers are now using this election period as a sensitization. This is the election period is like a gold mine, but a lot of people they want to be doing flyer for they want Peter Obi to contact them so that they can give them contract to do flyer and campaign banner and all those things. Those things that they will forget in a short while when the election is over. As a designer, what you should be doing with the election period is sensitizing people with your skill about why it's important to vote for your candidate, to not sell your vote. Those are things you should be using your election period to do to sensitize people about not going to violence during the election. You understand? A designer that commits himself to that kind of message will strike a chord in the mind of the average person. You understand? So it's not about, man, I'm looking for a contract. Let them come and hire me to be Tinubu's graphic designer. You understand? So that they can pay me. It's not that. You understand? Let it be something beyond that. Um, there is a designer. His name is an American designer. His name is um, Shepard Farley. He's the one that did the poster for Obama, Obama's campaign, the Hope campaign, and he did that. Obama reached out to him. They reached out to him to do that that poster. And that's why that Obama's poster is the most iconic poster for any election that has ever held in the world, not just in America, in the world. The most iconic poster is that Obama's face illustration. And you think, why was it so iconic? Why? Why? People have been doing posters before. Why did they reach out to Shepard Fairey? I'll tell you something. Shepard Fairey was not paid for that poster. He wasn't paid for the poster. He did the poster for Obama because he believed in what Obama was doing. But if you track back, Shepard Fairey, who did that poster, had been doing work before then that was that was addressing people's social consciousness. So it was not just a person you designed that you just say, oh, do my flyer for me, do my logo for me. He was doing artwork, posters that will make people think. So when it came to do Obama stuff, they said we will need somebody who has a consciousness to say something. And he was the one they could think of. So he was not a graphic designer by service. He was a graphic designer by the need to say something. You understand? And that's why his poster is the most iconic poster that's ever been done for any presidential election. That hope poster, that Obama hope poster. People have tried to recreate it, but they can't do it because they don't have the energy of Shepard Fairey. He was the one that did it because he knew what he wanted to say through his artwork. And that's why he wasn't paid for it. He wasn't paid for it. But what he has gotten back from doing that job in terms of commissions, you can't compare. Do you understand? So I realized that as designers, we struggle too much for those small payments 10K, 50K, 100K, 200K, whatever it is. That money will come and finish. What you want to do is build a career that people will always call you and honor you because of who you are, not because of what you charge, because of who you are, because of the legacy you've kept. You understand? That's what will give you relevance. See, there's a guy called Lemmy Garioku. He was the designer for Fela. He designed all Fela's album covers. I think all, if not almost. And there can be more than two that were not designed by him, if not all. Designed all Fela's album covers. Look, when he designed Fela's album covers, he designed it because he understood the music of Fela and he tried to put it in his art. So his artwork for Fela's album covers was always a story about what Fela's music was about. Fela didn't work with any other person but him. He refused to work with any other person but him. Not that any other person could not do graphic design. Because Fela was an international artist, he could have gotten a white person in the US to do it for him. But he worked with Lemmy Garioku because Lemmy Garioku was more than a graphic designer. He was a conscious person who spoke through graphic design. That's what he used it to speak. So when Fela saw his work, we're like, I need this guy to do the kind of artwork he's doing because his artwork speaks. So I need him to speak with his artwork for my album cover. Until today, Lemmy Garioku is still having exhibitions. Fela is dead, but he's still having exhibitions in Nigeria and outside Nigeria showing his work. People are not calling him to say, come and design flyer or come and design brochure. No. He doesn't do that anymore. He just shows the work he has done like almost 20, 30 years ago, and people are still paying to come and see the work, not to buy the work, to come and see it. Then you clear it up again and take it somewhere else. Then you pay to come and see it. That's the strength of design. We try too hard to sell our work when actually what we should be doing is sharing our work and people are coming to pay to see our work. But that can only come when you build your skill as a designer to communicate value. To communicate value, not just to splash photos and use a new font and use a new effect on Photoshop. All those things, trend will come and go, but value will stay. Because when Lemmy Garioku was working on Fela's album cover, he wasn't using Photoshop. He wasn't using Photoshop. Photoshop will come and go, but people are still looking at that as work. because value stays the same no matter what the trend is. So these are things I want you to think about. Number one, share your work. Share your work. Share it. Stop this marketing thing. Share. Share your process. You just started design yesterday. Good. That your first work. Share it on your Instagram page. People that will laugh, let them laugh. They don't know where you are going. You understand? One of my biggest regrets is that when I started out, there was no platform to post my first work. And the other day, I was talking to my children and I said, Hi, I wish they could see my first work. I regret the fact that I can't find my first work anymore. If it was Facebook, I would have put it there and I'd have shown people because a lot of people look at my work and think I started out good. No, I did a lot of bad work. And I wish I could curate it where people could see my first work and just say, Mr. Tola, his work wasn't good at first. So, you understand? Then they will be encouraged. Then my story and my history will be richer. But you have the opportunity right now to begin to share your work. You're not sharing it to get clients. No, clients is a byproduct of sharing. You understand? Remember, you're not marketing. You're sharing to curate, to tell a story. You understand? Because the value of that work will go up when you become good. Trust me, you go up when you become good. That's the way it is. An artist that is successful today, eh? That's why you realize who is the most successful artist in Nigeria now. Maybe Ashake was very successful in 2022. Do you know what the value of Ashake's first recording in a studio would do you know how much views it will get right now if you ever put it up? If you put man, this was my first time entering a studio singing a song, people will relate to it. You understand? Now that is a star. Same thing you want to do as a graphic designer. Share your every single. Don't wait for it to be good. No, don't wait for it to be good. Just do it and share it. Share it as it gets better. As it gets better. As it gets better. Keep sharing. Share your work. Number two, like I told you, do your best work for everyone that contacts you. Your best. Whether they're paying you, they're not paying you. They're paying you much, paying you little, do your best work. Always do your best work for people. And number three, most importantly, use graphic design as a tool for communicating the value in your mind, not as a tool for getting the value from people's pockets. Use it as a tool to communicate. So do personal projects. Yes, it's good to do service work where people will pay you for your logo, for your website, for stuff. Is good, but don't forget that won't matter. The first job that, in fact, not the first. The first is going too far. The last logo that I did for somebody, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even know where the money. I don't know what I spent the money on. I know the money is not with me anymore. The money has come and gone. No matter how big the money is, it will come and go. You understand? So money projects might seem valuable, but in the long run, value projects are the ones that last, the ones that say what is on your mind. So, what do you want to tell people with your skill of graphic design? How do you want to use to communicate a value to people that people can say, wow, I didn't think of it that well. That people can say, I want to save that design that person did. Let me save it so I can be seeing it every morning on my phone. Let me send it to my brother. That's value. Do that value or put your name there. So that when people say, Are you the one that did that job? I have that job on my phone. Oh. You understand? That job helped me when I was going through a very difficult time. Oh. That job encouraged me. That job helped me to change my mind from doing something really bad. That's when your true value as a designer will come out. It's not really all this, okay, how much is your bill? My bill is 50K, let me pay you. That's all. That your value has ended there. You understand? But you want a value that keeps going, hopping from generation to generation. Because graphic design or creativity is a powerful skill, an incredible skill, but we must not use it for selfish ends. We must point it out there. As you gain from it, you also use it as a means of helping people to be better, of improving the world around you. So yeah, those are things I'll tell you for now. As I said, I won't want to stay too long on this call because I might have to go. I don't know if anybody has any questions. I think I can take about two questions before I might have to go. If you have further questions, I don't know if Sergio knows, but I have a Telegram group. I'll drop the link for you. It's a Q&A group. You can ask any questions on the group. So most of the time when I speak at places, people have questions. They can't ask while I'm talking. But then if you come to my Telegram group, you join, you can ask your questions on that group and I would answer your question. But for now, I think I can take two questions. If you have about two questions, then I can answer before I have to leave.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us these hot values. Most of these are deep values that we beginners we won't really our insight is not that deep to like have all these things in our head. So thank you very much, sir. I'll be reading the questions to you. I'll pick some of it and I'll read it to you, sir, before we end this night session. So someone asked you a question, sir. He said, when you try to be consistent, but then you fail severally, what should you do?
If you try to be consistent, but then you failed severally, what should you do? That's a good question, and that's where you see consistency without feedback. A lot of times is a waste of time. So as you are being consistent at practicing something, you need somebody who is an expert. Might not be an expert, but someone who is better than you to give you feedback at every end of the practice. So I see a lot of people do this thing that this person has asked. They are consistent, they are working hard, but they're not getting feedback. Just like, well, I was working in a place once, and there was a guy that was a photographer of the organization, and he always used to come and say, "Do you know how long I've been taking photos? I'm taking photos since 1980 something. I've taken photos of everybody in the organization." But then when you look at his photos are still very bad. So we used to talk about him and like, this man should stop saying this rubbish. Your photos are bad. You understand? But then I realized the problem was consistency without feedback. He wasn't actually taking any form of constructive critique on his work. So when you're consistent, it's because you're consistent without a mentor or a teacher or a guide. When you have a mentor or a teacher, every time every time you're consistently practicing, is a time to get feedback and get better. So the person will tell you, okay, so what you've done today is good, but you need to improve on your use of fonts. You need to improve on your scale. You need to improve on your hierarchy. You need to improve on your treatment of photos. They will tell you something that you can, because it's not about being consistent. It's about being consistent and improving with every single thing, with every single time you do it. So everything you do, okay, today I messed up with selection of fonts. I go back and do it. I come back and I've improved selection of fonts. But you realize that you messed up with hierarchy. Then you go back and improve hierarchy. Then you come back and you realize that you messed up with choice of imaging. Then you go back and improve on that. Before you know it, when you go and come back, there's nothing to improve on again. Then you become a master. Do you understand? So it's not about being consistent. It's about being consistent and somebody is there telling you what you can do better. So for those people, if you ever watch Karate Kid, I don't know if you watch Karate Kid. There's an old version and a new version. The new version had Jackie Chan. The newer version, the old one had some other guy. But there's a point in that movie where the guy was consistently coming to Jackie Chan's house to learn. But every time he learned, Jackie Chan would tell him something he's doing wrong with a particular exercise they were doing. But we realized that after a while, they will now show the guy doing every exercise without missing a beat. Then he was ready for the tournament. That's how it is. So now, if the guy had been coming to Jackie Chan's house and just doing anything, he will not get any better because there's no feedback from the master. So if you are consistent, make sure you have somebody who is seeing your consistency and advising you per time on how to get better.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. Another question came in, and this person says, while in the creative block, how can discipline help, sir? Really, how can discipline help while
Sorry,
dealing with
read that question again.
while in the Creative block. I think the question this person wants to ask is how can discipline help while you are facing creative block?
Okay, all right. All right, so why if you have creative block, number one, what do you do? Before we go to the area of discipline. Um, Now, creative block, a lot of times, and I've done content on creative block on my YouTube channel before, and I'll try to share it after this. I think after this, I'll take some time, if I don't have time tonight, maybe tomorrow, to look through some of the questions here. But I'll still tell you, if you have questions, you can go to my Telegram group and ask those questions there. But creative block is something that reflects three things. Number one, people have creative block when they don't have enough information. You understand? So creative block can come when you don't have enough information, whereby you're trying to guess what the client wants if you're working with a client, or you're trying to guess what to do with your time. You've not really thought of what do I want to say with this personal project. They're like, okay, when I get to the laptop, I'll know what to do. You're just there, you're just thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know what font. Before you get there, you must have thought of what you want. Give yourself enough information. The same thing when you're working with a client too. When the client says, go and do a logo for me, we sell shoes. It's very you will come, that's all they've told you. You will become a creative block. Number one, what type of shoes? Are they sports shoes? Are they office shoes? Are they for men? Are they for women? What's the age of the men or the women? You understand? Those kind of things. You need more information to help you be more creative. So when you don't have enough information, you have creative block. Another thing that causes creative block is a lot of times when people are not paid enough to do the job. And that's why I tell people, you see, if you know that, don't take jobs out of desperation for money. It will give you creative block because it someone that is hungry is distracted. The hungry person is distracted. And when I mean hungry, might not be hungry for food, but hungry for money. So when someone doesn't have money, it's always a distraction. You can't think. You're not thinking well anymore. You're just thinking of how to get money. You're distracted already. And then that comes around as creative block. You don't know what to do. You understand? So I always tell people don't do jobs out of desperation because you sometimes you don't do your best job when you're desperate. You do job out of passion. You must have that energy. You understand? So people have creative block when they're not paid enough. Um, then number three, people have creative block when they don't have enough time. Now this is what I'm going to say. Some people call it creative block when actually it is they need more time to be creative. There's a difference. It's not creative block. It's just the time it takes for creativity to come. So you see, it's just like when you put a seed in the ground. You put maybe you want to plant beans or maize, and you put it in the ground, and you go there 2 hours later, and you're like, nothing has come out now. 3 hours later, nothing has come out. Then you now say, man, this seed is a bad seed. It's a bad seed. It's dead. No, no, the seed is not dead. Just not time for it to come to fruition. So go and come back 2 days later, and you see something come out of the soil. So the same thing with creativity. A lot of people just think creativity is so easy. So it should come in 2 hours. So when you sit at your laptop for 2 hours, it doesn't come and like, man, I have creative block. No, you don't have creative block. It's just too short a time for any form of good creativity to come. Even me with my 18 years that I've been doing design, when I start a logo project, the first day, nothing comes. That's why I never tell anybody, I'll give you a logo tomorrow. No, it doesn't come. Because if I'm doing the quality of my work, it takes me time. Sometimes it takes me 5 days, sometimes 7. You understand? For me to get that idea that I'm really gelling with. So, but if I'm impatient with the time, I'll call it creative block. But it's not creative block, it's just the creative journey. You understand? So a lot of times we call it creative job because we are rushing the project. So I always tell people, don't say all this client that will come and say, give me my logo tomorrow. No, no, no. You're setting yourself up for creative block in quote. Give yourself time. You see, when I used to work for do logos, some clients used to be frustrated with me because I used to tell them 14 days. That was when I even started. At the point I started telling them 20 days, 1 month. They'd be like, why now? 14 days. Why? When other people can say they'll do it for me in 2 days. Why 14 days? I just said, okay, go and meet that person that I do 2 days, but I can't do 2 days. Because that second day, I'm still thinking about the project. Sometimes I will need to go and watch a film that would inspire me. for 2 days. I watch different films, watch TV, then I'll get inspiration and I'll go. But if you don't give me that time to do all those things, then how will your logo be good? I just tell them my own is 14 days. Oh. I lost a lot of clients, but they were not my clients because they're not willing to give me the time for my creativity to flow. So, but a lot of designers, you want everybody to be your client, so you're taking everybody on. You're taking everybody on, plus the people that are not your clients. So they're now frustrating you. If they can't wait, let them go. The person that can wait will come, then you do your good job for them, and they'll go out and talk about you. But when you take everybody on, you do bad jobs, then people will go out and talk bad about you. Do you understand? So that's the issue with creative block. If sometimes not creative block, it might just mean you don't have enough time, not enough information, and not enough money. You're distracted by your need for money. So yeah, those are my answers. Um, Yeah, basically, I think that question I can answer for now. I can someone asking what is high ranking. It's not high rank, it's hierarchy. Hierarchy is a form of is an element in design. Hierarchy. So what that means is when you are maybe are doing a poster, you must know, and this way designers don't lot of designers don't know about hierarchy, where you want people to read information on a poster in a particular order. So let's say someone is selling shoes and they have a 50% sale. 50% sale should be the biggest thing because it's what will catch their attention. So you make that one point size, maybe 20, biggest thing. That top thing on the hierarchy. Then the business name might be second thing, maybe point that one, make it point size 15. That one is there. Then maybe their address, phone number, smaller. You understand? Depending on what you see, you must think of what the hierarchy should be. That's what I mean by hierarchy in design. All right, so I guess what I'll do is I'll drop the link to my um, Telegram group, and I'll also take some time, maybe tomorrow or maybe later tonight, to see which one of the questions here I can give better direction to, and maybe I'll drop a link to the WhatsApp, the YouTube video that talks about creative block, and you can get to watch it because I gave more detail in that. Yeah, so I'll have to go for now. I hope I hope you've been able to get some value from this session, and I want to thank Saraki for giving me the opportunity to be here to talk on this platform today.